So this is the concluding part of loyalty. Welcome back, guys. This is Distinct with TinuAde. So talking about friendship, I want to ask you this question. So you have this friend whom you trust, you know, tested and trusted. You trust his character, and you guys have been friends for a while, you know. And then something happened, he committed a crime. He's loyal to you, and you are also a loyal friend. He has committed this crime, and you are the only person who can say, oh no, he didn't do it, or that wasn't him. But this friend of yours has confessed to you that this thing, that's not the fact that you know that it's unlike him, like it's not something you would have imagined he can do, you understand? And you are the only person the court of law or the judge, you understand, wants to listen to. So whatever you say is what will either vindicate, what's the word now? Is what will make the kind of judgment that will be passed. So whatever you say in a situation like this, and this friend of yours has told you that I actually committed this crime. It's a deadly crime. It's really bad. And he's also trusting you to cover him. As a Christian, in a situation like that, like it's a very tight situation, you trust this friend, and this friend trusts you. In fact, it is because he trusts you so much, that is why he's opening up to you to tell you that I actually did it. I don't know what came over me. I don't know what happened, blah, blah, blah. I did it, you know. And then the judge is waiting to hear from you. You are the only person who can say, I was there, he didn't do it. Or, yes, I was there, he did it. Or he confessed to me that he did it. As a Christian, you're faced with a situation like this. Don't mind me. How are you going to be responding to it? What will be your response?
Wow, that's a difficult one. You say as a Christian, you know, because if assuming you didn't say it as a Christian, then
okay, maybe I should remove it. Okay, Mr. Osondu, Mr. Wisdom Osondu, as your person, as Mr. Wisdom, how would you respond to a situation like that?
Well,
Mr. Wisdom Osondu is a Christian. Okay? In your profile, we have a Christian life coach and relation, right?
Yes.
So Mr. Wisdom is so as Mr. Wisdom Osondu, how would you respond to a situation like this?
Wow, this is a very difficult one.
I know.
Very difficult one. Look as a Christian, just like I'm a Christian, and
okay.
anything we do have there is a consequence, whether good or bad. There is always a and whatever we do, it does not only end here on earth. There is also there is also an after life. That's okay, consequences or reward or whatever. So looking at this, you say this person committed an offense that is criminal or that is dangerous, that if he's found guilty, he's going to jail or they are going to
life.
And I believe that okay, I'm called to witness or to serve as a witness or confess that okay, he didn't do this. Then there's a place in the Bible that also talk about there's a law of the land. There's a law of God. As a kingdom man, Christianity, we have law of the kingdom. Also in the community, here on earth, we have there's a law that also governs the that if you do this such thing, there's a consequence. There's a consequence. So yes, I trust my friend. He's loyal, and I'm loyal to him. And mistakenly or whatever, he did this. For me, it's going to be that if I do this, if I cover him up, yes, he will be exempted from that, whatever consequences. Yeah. But also, I'll feel guilty of lying, or lying against. What will I say? Lying as a Christian, which is a sin.
And a dent on your character.
A dent on my character, because I believe that this is a crime, and I believe that there's still investigation going on. I know that, okay, has gotten to the to the courtroom, but there might still be, anything in this life, no matter how, I have seen people that, okay, the judgment has been passed, they are found not guilty, this and that, but along the line, some people, personal investigation or investigators keep on digging deep and later discover that this person actually, and there are evidence. They are not going to arrest only him. They are coming for you that also. Yes, they are also coming for you that also say that he did not do it. We are there. So both of you are culprits to this, and both of you are going to face the so all those things scenario now are factors I will need to consider. That they are okay. If I know that, okay, he's not going to be killed, maybe he's going to jail.
What if he's going to be killed?
Yeah, this question is getting.
What if he's going to be killed?
He's getting. Wow.
Like if you say,
wow,
he did not do it, he confessed to me that he did not do it.
Wow.
Then he's justified and he will go.
I can I can cover him. That this is what he told me. He's my friend. We have been friends for like 10 years or whatever.
Is that covering, telling them what he told you?
Because if they are, if they are calling me to, because they need to call the witness. It's not something we are told, because he can lie to you and tell you that this is what I did. So if I am a witness, that I was there, this thing happened. Then I have to consider so many things. I have to consider, yes, I might say, let me lie and to cover up my friend so that I won't kill him. Then I'll begin to think, does he want the sacrifice? That, at the end of the day, if they later discover that he did this, that means both of us, they might not kill again or hang the person or kill the person. They might send the person to life imprisonment. That I might be involved. So am I ready to also serve that life imprisonment also because I defended, because now I am suffering both. I lied and I'm also going to jail.
I like your response.
So I'm going to jail. So all those things are the things I need to
Very
consider.
logical.
If it's my wife or my spouse, so you can go all out. Say, if it's better both of you are in the prison there and and serve it and whatever it is. But for a friend, yes, you let him understand that, guy, that this is difficult, this is difficult, and even if I defend you now and they later discover that both of us are going to, so but that's, I wish I can, and you know that you did this thing, and so I have to let him know that.
Yeah, so you're not going to compromise.
I'm not going to compromise because this is what you did, but I can only plead, maybe hire more lawyers or whatever. I don't know if there is any opportunity to bring more lawyers to be able to defend you and maybe reduce the sentence or this and that. Whatever I can do, I will. But for me to lie, it has many dangerous consequences which I don't know if both of us can bear.
Okay, thank you so much. I hope the viewers are cool with that response. If you find yourself in that kind of situation, please, I would love to hear your comments, your suggestions, your ideas, what you would do if you were in Mr. Wisdom's shoes, because I just put him on the hot seat. So if you're the one on this hot seat, what would be your response? Are you going to compromise? Or are you just going to, play the loyal friend and help defend your friend, and lie? So I'll be waiting to hear your comments. So I want you to talk about loyalty to your company. Does loyalty mean that when you get a better opportunity, you should still remain in take for instance the company you're working right now? So you're very loyal to your company, for instance. Does that mean that when you get better opportunities, you shouldn't, leave or, take advantage of new and bigger opportunities that you see? So I want you to talk about loyalty to your company.
All right. Loyalty to a company, is built over time. It's not something that just happened. I always say, someone was saying, if you want to succeed as a CEO or as a manager of a company, ensure that you carry the people that are working with you along. Ensure that, give them that sense of belonging. That, they buy into what you're doing. They can defend it any day. They can stand by it. they can work tirelessly, even if you call them in the middle of the night, I need you to do this and that, they'll be able to wake up and do it. And they find it joy coming to work. They are not just working just to earn salary, but they are working to ensure that the company moves to the next level. Yeah. Because most managers, most especially here in Nigeria, they have that slavery mentality of employment, that they were employing someone to come and be a slave to them, to work for them, just because you are paying them and you make them your slave. And when you have that kind of boss or you are that kind of CEO or manager, you have, that's why you see people resign. Even some of them resign without even letting you know. Before you know, they have collected, they won't tell you they are resigning, but immediately they collect their last salary, you won't see them anymore. Why? Because the way you treated them was unfair. It's not about, most people, it's not about the salary, the amount, but the way you take care of them, care for their personal need. When sometimes be very desperate and be very detailed and deliberate. When you see your staff, be able to go beyond asking, have you send that email, have you done this? Ask them what is going on. Your face is not looking bright today. Are you okay? What is going on with your life? What is your family? Be able to care about their personal life and personal needs. Yeah. Let them know that you care about them. Not about the only time you call them is about business, work, this and that. No. When you do that, you are letting them know that these things you are working most, that money I'm paying you, work it out. When you do that, then a bigger offer will make them to move. They are not loyal to you. They are loyal. They are only loyal because they are of what they are getting. Just like I told you earlier, they are only loyal because of what they are receiving. They are getting from. It's not because they are loyal to the company. I have seen. I have served. I have served in a company for 10 years. Not because they are paying me the best of the day, because of the relationship I have with my boss. I have a close relationship. I know what he has done for me, and the way he cared about even my education when I was in the university. He ensured that he didn't allow me to drop by. He encouraged me, and he pushes me, and that made me to have this kind of love for the company. And even despite of the offer that was coming, this and that, I remained with him, with him. That does not, and that kind of boss will understand that even when you want to leave, finally leave, they will even give you their blessing, even give you a letter of appreciation and that for serving for this, because they know that you took the company as if it's your own. So bosses were supposed to ensure that their staffs are well taken care of. That's the only way they can be loyal to the company. If not, they will never be. That's why people are jumping from one company to another. For me, that's what I.
Thank you so much. I really like your response to that. Thank you so much. So lastly, Mr. Osonde, we're going to be talking about. I prefer to call you Mr. Osonde. So easy. It's the same. Okay. Loyalty to church. That's the last thing here. So let's talk about loyalty to church. What do you have to say about people who leave the church and then some other members feeling, oh, he left the church, he has backslided. Why would he leave the church? What was his reason? You understand? Without maybe any conversation with the person. Or maybe they even had a conversation with the person. The person just says, no, I don't know. I just went to this new church and I feel really lifted and I decide, oh, I want to be here. Let me stay. I'm not talking about people who, somebody offended me, Mr. Wisdom said something is insulting. I feel offended. Of course, we know that people like that, they don't, I don't know. I don't know whether you're coming to the church because of Mr. Wisdom. So someone offended in the church and that's why you're leaving. That's not the category or the kind of people we're talking about. We're talking about, is there anything wrong in staying in your local church? And is there anything, do you think it is disloyalty to leave your local church for another local church?
Okay.
Not because you are offended. Maybe something, relocation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So, first of all, I will come in this direction. I mean, for me, it should be loyalty to God, not loyalty to church. Because so many people, they are loyal to church, not loyal to God.
Thank you.
So when you are loyal to church, you are going to face, anything that goes wrong in the church will affect you. Anything, my pastor, the way he talked to me, the way the other brother talked to me, the way they do things here, I don't understand, the way they worship, because you are loyal to this church. And I've been in this church for how many years? No.
For 25 years.
Yes. So you see people saying that with passion. There's a difference between being loyal to God and being loyal to church, to a church. So when you're loyal to God, it has a way. When I say loyal to God, means your relationship with God.
Yeah.
You know, so many people don't even, when you're looking for a church to worship, a worship center, they don't even pray about it. God directs me to a place.
Yeah.
That you want me to be.
Very important.
You know, they don't do it. They just randomly do. Some go to the extent of going. You know, this Sunday they will go to one church. The next Sunday they will. Even some in a Sunday they will go to 3 different churches. So they are searching for the one that, you know, that will suit their mind. So what they are looking for a church. They are not looking for God. So because you can be in church and not be in God. So that's why when I joined my local church, I didn't just join because I trusted God. I prayed that God should direct me to a church where I want me to belong, where I can serve. So, you know, and he directed me. Yeah. And that's why I've been in that church for more than 10 years. Does it mean that nobody, people are not offending me, or I'm not seeing what I don't like? Yeah,
exactly.
You know, but it doesn't stop me. It doesn't stop me
because
from,
your loyalty,
my loyalty is to God. So if I see something that is not working out well in the church, what I need to do is either pray about it, or go to the senior pastor or the pastor in charge and discuss this thing about it. Let us find solution to it. You know, instead of complaining, backbiting, you are not loyal to God in your local church if you go outside and talk about your church with outsiders. You know, it shows the level of your relationship with God. You know, so for me, my loyalty is to God. So if my loyalty is to God and I find myself, God directed me to a local church, is for me to commit to that place and serve God. And trust God that offense will come, but He will give us grace to overcome those offenses and stay. Except God is calling you into another dimension of ministry that needs to take you out of that local church. You are not living because you have any problem with that church. You can always come anytime you feel that you are around or you need to come. But you know that's when you will see that you are not disloyal. But people feel that, and also our leaders, our church leaders also should have it in mind that someone leaves the church does not mean the person is disloyal. Because you don't know the dealings of God, with those people. Yeah. So God might be speaking to them, and you should respect that. Except the person is telling you the reason why, or he's offended, or she is offended, why they are leaving. You know, try to resolve the matter, but if it's not, you know, pray for them and bless them. Don't hold them as enemies or they are rebels or this and that. That is not Christ-like. Christ does not do that. Christ will never do that. So I believe that people should learn to be loyal to God, not to the local church. Yeah. If you are loyal to God, you will see that you will automatically become loyal to your local church. Yeah. You commit to it and serve God. If there is a problem, find a way to solve it. That's why you are there. Yeah. That's why we are all come together. That's why God said that don't abandon, don't forget the gatherings of brethren. It's very important. So that's for me, that's what I think that loyalty should be. Except if someone that on his own that has decided to criticize the church and to be a rebel. He doesn't see anything good about that local church. And I will advise such people that instead of you to speak ill about your local church, it's better for you to leave.
It's better
live
for you
peacefully
to
live. And maybe join another local church.
Yeah.
And know that the local church you are joining, you will meet people that will offend you. You will see things that you will not like. But it's for you to build that relationship with God that will give you grace to overlook, and also to be able to overlook some certain things and trust God for grace to be able to keep going as a Christian.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I love the angle at which you pick it. It should be loyalty to God, not loyalty to
local church,
to the church. You know, that will help reform your state of mind and how you think, So it's not just about
the way your pastor talks to you.
The way your pastor talks to you.
Yeah, you are.
It's about your relationship with God. Are you going to the church because of your pastor, or you're going to the church because you want to go meet with God, or you just want to be in the midst of, you know, other Christians? What is your reason? Like, why are you going to the church?
Perfect.
You know, because we see that a lot. We see that a lot of times. You see people say, I was offended, somebody offended me, someone got me angry, or they took a decision. And I've also come across people who, when things don't go their way, they get offended.
Yeah.
You understand? And the next church you're going to, we are not saying that you shouldn't leave. Anyway, the work of God will continue.
Yeah.
You know, nobody is stopping you not to leave. But the point is that where you're going, I feel that people like that needs to work on themselves. They need to work on themselves.
Yeah.
Because anywhere you go to, you will face bigger things. You understand? You'll be faced with bigger things.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say to people now who think that because TinuAde left this church, she's been in this church for 5 years, for example,
Yeah.
and she left this church, and people are saying, oh, why did she leave? Why? Oh, maybe she has backslide. Maybe she has this. Like, I really don't know where that usually come from, because I've experienced it, you know, over time. I've seen when people would leave the church, and then people would say, why did he leave? What made him leave? I just hope things works out for him well. Like, and I'm asking, why? You know, I had to ask the man. Someone said that thing to me, you know, when someone left, and I'm like, why? Why do you say that? So, are you saying that his life evolves around here? Are you saying that his Christian life is only, you know, it has to be in this place? What made you say that? So what do you have to say to people who have that mentality, who have that mindset that, I hope, because I'm just imagining in my head, take for instance, you leave a church and God forbid that person died, they say, hey,
That's it.
it's because he left. If he had not left, that would not have happened. Or he had an accident, or maybe something just happened. What do you have to say to people with that kind of mindset? Or am I the one getting something wrong? What exactly is happening? Is it that we must be tied, you know, to a particular church, and maybe the Holy Spirit is never going to talk to us about leaving? Or even if we relocate, we should never think of leaving?
The truth of the matter is, we are the church, not the building.
Yeah.
So, and you know, it's very unfortunate that most Christians are still growing. Even that, how long you stayed in a church does not mean your relationship with God. You know, people are still, yes, despite they have been in church for 10 years, 15 years, that does not mean they have grown in Christ. So that's why you find people like that, you know, speaking ill about someone that left the church, you know, start assuming, you know, maybe is it because of this, you know, you start creating that hatred, you know, creating that kind of mindset, wishing that person, okay, that she will see or he will see that you have left this church, all right? Okay, you will see how your life will turn out.
Do
you know,
you
that is not,
understand?
you know, that's not a Christ-like. And we find this kind of people in church. Sometimes we even find ourselves trying to think towards, you know, because of the information we hear. And we haven't heard from that person that left. You don't even know the reason why the person left the church. So maybe because of what you heard from other people, you are using that to judge the person that, okay, the person is not going to succeed. No. God is not human.
Yeah.
And God does not reason like a man. He doesn't act like a man.
Exactly.
So that you hate someone or that you does not mean God hates that person. So that's why I always tell people that yes, you can hate someone if you like to hate them, and just know that you hate them does not mean God hates them. And yes, they might make mistake leaving the church, or let's assume say it's a mistake. That does not mean God has left them too.
Yeah.
They can also meet God, and also everything will turn out well for them.
Yeah.
Also, we have seen people that left the church and their life becomes better. So what about those people? So are you going to say that, okay, they left the church and their life has turned well, so should you leave the church too? So people should, as keep on maturing in Christ, they will begin to reason differently. You know, when someone leaves, reach out to that person, you know, reach out to them and to know why, what's happened, this and that, and listen to them with open mind, without not a judgmental mind, and let them give you their reasons. Okay, you said You wish them well. If you heard their reason, you wish them well that, you know, anytime you feel free, you're around, you can still worship with us. You know, we are, you know, that's how a Christian should think, should reason, to think about. So that's what I feel that we should be. Anyone that doesn't think like this is still growing, still need to mature.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Wisdom. It's been a wonderful session with you on loyalty, and I am so grateful. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
And of course, we are still going to have you again because I really enjoyed this session. Thank you so much. We've edited, guys. So, what do you have to say? What are your comments? I know that we've said a lot of things that some people would not agree with, and of course, a lot of you are going to agree with. Well, it's been a wonderful session. Thank you, Mr. Wisdom, for being on the show today. I have learned so much. I've heard so much and I've learned so much. And I believe that all the viewers at home have also, well, it doesn't have to be at home. Anywhere you are, I know you've learned something. And we are going to be waiting for your comments. I personally will be waiting to read, you know, your comments, your ideas, your suggestions. I know that we've said a lot and it's not everything that everybody's going to be agreeing with. And I know that many people are, of course, going to agree with us. Okay, so we don't know it all. So share your experiences with us. Has anyone ever disappointed you before? Has anyone, what's the word now? Been disloyal? Is that English correct?
Yeah.
Has anyone been disloyal to you? Are you sure? Source, is it correct? Okay. Has anyone been disloyal to you? If it's not correct, they will tell us. Shebi people, all of you, you say yeah, you said yeah. It's all right. Anyway, guys, it's been a beautiful session and I had fun. And I hope you had fun too. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, tell people about this thing with TinuAde if you really love me. Until I come your way next time, my name is TinuAde and this is Mr.
Wisdom Asonda.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you.